Hey all you lovely people, just wanted to tell you that this video is sponsored by Squarespace.com. Whether you need a website, a domain, an online store, anything, it's all in one, baby. Do it at Squarespace.
Supreme victory!
So I'm a guy that enjoys some balance in his life, and I'm sure most of you do as well. And I want to tell you about something. Recently, I was kind of talking to this server, and she would tell me about her serving endeavors, which entailed customers being just terrible people, and her and the other servers have to bend over backwards to cater to their every whim. And it got to the point where, you know, customers knew this, so then they would act even worse because they knew that they can get away with it. And, you know, it's a bad kind of dynamic. It's not balanced at all. And we see the same thing, but just in reverse in the gaming industry. You know, the developers, the people that, you know, that have everything are being terrible to their customers. Where the customers just want a good game. They just want to play something fun, and they just want to play stuff that they love. But then you have the developers that are injecting their ideals, whether they're good or bad, into the games where people don't care about that stuff, and a whole just a host of issues. Now I bring this up because the topic of Battlefield 5 is kind of being brought up again. And why? It's because, well, it turns out their pre-orders aren't that good, and who saw that coming? Now, as you guys know, I love video games. I'm really excited about a couple that are coming out, you know, in the near future. You got Spider-Man that's actually just right around the corner, which I'm really excited about. You got the announcement of Doom Eternal and showing some of the footage, and I'm like, see, that's how a game's supposed to be done. And, you know, there's a few other things here and there, of course, with the passing of E3, but Battlefield 5 is something that I was never really that interested in. I haven't played since Bad Company 2, but a lot of people really like this franchise, and there was the problem with the launch trailer.
What the hell was that?
Now, I mentioned in one of my previous videos the core reason why DICE chose to go in this direction. You have the head of design over at DICE, Alan Kurtz, that was saying, and I quote, "I knew this was going to be a fight when I pushed for female soldiers in Battlefield. I have a daughter, and I don't want to ever have to answer her question of, why can't I make a character that looks like me, with, because you're a girl." I fundamentally feel to my core this is the right way, and I will find myself on the right side of history. Not good. Because of the pre-sale controversy, people are digging up old bones and just throwing things up in the air and kicking up more dust, and just the whole, these gamers are misogynists and all that stuff is being brought up again, and it's just that anti-SJW versus the SJW community thing that has been going on for too damn long in the gaming industry. So the EA Chief Creative Officer, Patrick Sutherland, gave an interview with Gamasutra, and he said some things that weren't the best way to treat your demographic, you know, the consumers. We felt like in today's world, I have a 13-year-old daughter that when the trailer came out and she saw the flag, she asked me, "Dad, why is this happening?" She plays Fortnite and said, "I can be a girl in Fortnite. Why are people so upset about this?" She looked at me and she couldn't understand it. And I'm like, okay, as a parent, how the hell am I gonna respond to this? And I just said, you know what? You're right. This is not okay. See, not only the people at DICE are thinking the same thing, the people at EA are thinking the same thing as well. They think it's specifically about women, you know, women in gaming.
These guys, they just can't stand women in gaming.
Now, that's not the crux of the issue, but let me continue with this quote here. These are people who are uneducated. They don't understand that this is a plausible scenario. And listen, this is a game. And today, gaming is gender diverse like it hasn't been before. There are a lot of female people who want to play and male players who want to play as badass women. And this is where it gets good, ladies and gentlemen. This is where you can just like picture him standing up on a hill, just giving a speech to a bunch of people, and they're all crying and stuff. And there's all this heroic music playing. And we don't take any flack. We stand up for the cause, because I think those people who don't understand it, well, you have two choices. Either accept it or don't buy the game. I'm fine with either or. It's just not okay. And so, of course, the gaming industry made a bunch of articles after that because they thought it was so heroic and awesome. Let me give you an example. From ExtremeTech.com, EA on the Battlefield 5 backlash, accept it or don't buy the game. When EA unveiled the trailer for Battlefield 5, a group of whining, grasping, misogynist children on the internet lost their collective minds. See, this is what the devs and journals think of their consumers. They think they're garbage. And then so we keep getting garbage flung at us. And they're not listening to people that are actually voicing their concerns, because if they were, they would know this is far more than just about some woman with a cybernetic arm, or that there's women in gaming or whatever, because no one actually cares about that. What they care about is taking a beloved franchise and making it into something unrecognizable. The best example I can give is the launch trailer for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Look at the like to dislike ratio. That had absolutely nothing to do with women or identity politics or SJW nonsense or anything like that. It was just complete displeasure, because even me, like, I didn't play that game because here's the thing. I haven't really been that interested since like Modern Warfare 3 maybe. I played that one. I played Black Ops 2, but my favorite was Modern Warfare 2. And that's the type of shit that I liked playing with them. But anything else, I'm kind of like, whatever, man. That doesn't really even look like Call of Duty to me. And I feel like a lot of people are like, what is this space nonsense? Where maybe the game is really fun to play, but they're just like have a bad taste in their mouth because they're like, well, this is Call of Duty? No thanks. Now, fast forward to Battlefield 5. They're kind of like, oh, there's a bad taste in my mouth with all this wacky stuff happening, because it was in a franchise that was doing the weirdest stuff possible, and then it's kind of being shoved in that direction. And unfortunately, it's being shoved in the direction with SJW nonsense, because the developers, EA and DICE, both admitting that, oh, my daughter this, my daughter that, women this, representation that, and I'm like, slow down, guys. Slow down. Now, there's another argument that people are saying that, oh, that Battlefield franchise has always been more historically accurate than most of the other shooters. I don't know how true that is. I will take some people's words for it. Now, you had some other people that are trying to counter this and using historians and being like, well, bruh, look at how many historical accuracies there were in Battlefield 1. And I'm just thinking, all right, dude. I think it's one of those scenarios when somebody likes to be a jerk, and like say you say, everybody was there, bro, it was great, everybody was there. And there's that one guy that just comes along and said, oh, literally everybody was there? I'm pretty sure most people weren't there. You know, like that type of thing, where when people say that it's historically accurate, I think they mean certain sprinkles, not everything. Obviously, there's going to be historical inaccuracies. It's a game. If it wasn't, it would be really boring. If it was just completely accurate, you would die once and then that's it. No one's talking about 100% accuracy, so it's silly to try to debunk that. And of course, you're going to find a small minority of people that don't like the women or whatever, and that's all they're actually mad about. They're not mad about anything else, but they don't matter. Who cares about them? You might find some comments here and there and some videos and stuff, and they might even get upvoted because they're really entertaining. They're really, like, you know, misogynist or whatever, and people are just getting a good laugh at it, but it's not the actual representation. People just like a good laugh. If you look at any other video, it's usually the funnest comments, the best comments, the quippiest ones that are upvoted, and it's not representative of the entire comment section or a person's audience. So it's kind of silly to just go off of that. You know, people, you should go off of the people that are voting with their dollars, and EA is absolutely right. If you don't like it, don't buy it. But that is really stupid of a company to say, because, you know, their business exists to make money, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna make things for this very small demographic of people, for these women that probably aren't even gonna fucking play Battlefield. They're probably not gonna play Battlefield because I think that they would be totally fine and wouldn't care about representation if they were a fan of the franchise. Maybe there is some people, some women that are like, hey, you know, I wish there were more diversity, this and this and that. But yeah, what? You see, I think the Battlefield franchise would have been able to get away with things like this if they started off being wacky from the very get-go, if they just had a lot of things like the direction that they've gone in, but it's been more of your run-of-the-mill shooter. But if you were something like Dynasty Warriors or something like that, Samurai Warriors, where you had some historical accuracy, but you also had the weirdest, craziest stuff and everybody's expecting that, then they wouldn't really care. But the thing is, people do care because you're changing it a little bit too much. So yeah, I understand why a lot of people aren't pre-ordering and they're losing a lot of money. So I mean, why not? It's as some people have been saying recently, get woke, go broke, and essentially means, yeah, once you get woke, you're gonna make stupid decisions and you're gonna lose money. EA, DICE, I'm sure a lot of people have saved a lot of money, And if you want to save even more money, what you can do is check out my sponsor, squarespace.com. This is really a great all-in-one website where you can do whatever you want. If you already have a domain, you can transfer it there, do whatever you need to do. You can make one from scratch, make a lot of good websites. They got an online store. They have templates already laid out. There is just so much stuff you can do. And if you're actually interested, you can just try it out. You know, they always do those nice free trials. Everybody does those free trials. But if you actually want to make a purchase, you can go to squarespace.com/someblackguy and you'll get 10% off your first purchase. So you can't beat that, man. These guys will hook you up and take care of you a hell of a lot better than EA or DICE or anybody will. So check them out. But that's all I have to say about the situation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I just want to give a big shout out to my mega sexy patrons. You guys are the absolute best. And if you guys want to sign up, links in the description and the annotation box. You guys have a wonderful day, and don't be like Battlefield 5. Just take care of the people that care about you.
Don't date robots!